Hello everyone, welcome to Optiongig. This is your host Vivek Somani. I am an option trader by passion and a full-time software executive by profession. If you want to learn how to generate consistent monthly income trading options while working full-time in your day job, then join me in this journey. Hello friends, in this video I will answer the basic question on what is an options contract. This is the question that I get very often from somebody who's been a stock trader and looking to get into trading options. So they always wonder, what is options contract? How do you explain it? All right, so let's dive into it. To understand options contract, I first want to take a real life example. Assume Susie owns a house which is $500,000 as of today, and Bob, he wants to buy the house, but there's a problem. Bob does not have the money right now. He has no cash in his bank account and he needs 3 months to arrange the money. So what could Bob do? Either he could walk away from the deal because he doesn't have money, or he could make a deal with Susie, and that's what Bob is trying to do. So Bob makes a deal with Susie. He enters into a contract with Susie and tells her, keep $10,000 and please take your property off the market for 3 months while I'm arranging for $500,000. 3 months. And after 3 months, if it doesn't buy, Susie will keep $10,000 as a consideration amount. Alright, let's see what happens 3 months later. Let's say after 3 months, the house which was $500,000 has appreciated and has now become $550,000. Bob is happy because he had an option to buy the home at $500,000. He will buy the home at $500,000 and could go ahead and sell it in the market for $550,000 and hence make a profit. But let's look at the other scenario in which the house value goes down. Let's say the house value goes down and now the house which was worth $500,000 is only worth $450,000. Bob is still okay because he could walk away from the deal and his overall loss would be just $10,000, the initial amount that he paid to Susie. If he had bought the house at $500,000, he would have been sitting at a loss of $50,000, but in this case, he is losing only $10,000. So it's a good deal for him. What happens if there is no change in the house price? At that point of a time, Bob can decide whether he wants to buy the house or not. So why did Bob enter into this contract? Because Bob paid only $10,000 and he was able to control $500,000 house for 3 months. His maximum loss is limited to the initial $10,000 that he paid to Susie. But why did Susie enter into this contract? Susie entered into this contract because she did not have any other buyers lined up. So it was a good deal for her. She could net $510,000 for a $500,000 worth home in just 3 months. But if there were other buyers, Susie would have demanded a lot more than $10,000. So the consideration amount is dependent on how much is the demand for the house. So what we just saw was an example of a call option contract. Because Bob got a choice or an option to buy or to call Susie's house at $500,000, which is the strike price of the house. And for this consideration, Bob paid $10,000 premium to Susie. And Bob had 3 months to exercise his choice. So this is exactly what a call option contract is. Let's now look at the other type of an option contract. Another example. Let's say Martha owns a home which is worth $100,000, but she's worried about her home getting destroyed in hurricane. So to protect her investment, she wants to buy an insurance policy so that if anything happens to home, she can get her money back. There comes Matthew. He's ready to offer an insurance policy for $100,000, but he'll charge a premium for $3,000. Matthew will write insurance policy, Martha buys the policy and Martha pays the premium of $3,000. Let's see, why did both of them enter into this deal? Martha's viewpoint is, if the house is destroyed and the value goes down, she can get back $100,000. So she bought peace of mind by buying that insurance policy. But why would Matthew enter into this contract? Matthew's viewpoint is that statistics show that most of the time the damage to such houses will be less than $3,000 in a year. So Matthew received $3,000 as a premium. He knows that he will not have to spend $3,000 for such houses. And his idea is whatever money is remaining, that is his profit. So both of them have their reasons to get into this contract. So this was an example of a put option contract. Why? Because Martha bought a policy to protect her house. In the worst case, she can sell or she can put the house to the insurance seller, which is Matthew, at $100,000 because that was a price or that was a policy amount. But for this consideration, Martha paid $3,000 of premium to Matthew, and Martha has 1 year, which is expiration period of the insurance policy, during which she can exercise her right as a policyholder. So friends, that's all. It's call options and put options. Not really difficult. We do these things day in, day out in our daily lives. So what's an option contract? Coming back to the same question. It's a contract that gives the buyer of the contract an ability to buy or sell the stock. So when we talk of option contract, we're talking about stocks and not the houses. But the stock at a specified price within a specified time. I think these are the important things to understand, that it is a specified price. In case of Susie, the price was $500,000, and in case of Martha and Matthew, the price was $100,000. But the option contract is valid only for a specified time. In case of Susie and Bob, it was 3 months. In case of Martha and Matthew, it was 1 year. But for this choice, the option buyer pays a consideration, that is a premium amount, to the option seller. In case of Bob and Susie, Bob paid $10,000 to Susie. In case of Martha and Matthew, Martha paid $3,000 to Matthew. So that is the basic concept behind an option contract. Now let's get a little more detail into various elements. So what you are seeing right now is an option contract on a teledoc. I will break it down into different elements. So the first one that you see is TDOC, which is a ticker symbol of the underlying stock. In this case, it is a stock of a company called Teladoc. Now, this option contract also specifies how many shares are included in one contract. In case of stock options, there are generally 100 shares are included in one contract. The date of expiration of this contract is 19th October 2018. That means whoever is entering into this contract, they have their right available until 19th October 2018. The strike price is 75. That means the Teladoc stock, the price of the stock at which this deal has been done is $75. The type of this contract is a put contract, and the consideration amount is 75 cents, which is a premium. Let's say if somebody buy this contract will give the buyer a right to put or to sell a Teladoc shares, 100 shares of Teladoc at $75 up until 19th October 2018. And for this choice, the buyer has paid 75 cents per share to the option seller. That's all is there to the option contract. Another important thing to understand between option contract is a concept of exercise versus assignment. So the option buyer has a right to exercise the contract. Like we have seen in case of Martha and Matthew, Martha bought the insurance policy, so she has a right to exercise the contractual details of the insurance policy. The option seller will be assigned the contract and they will have to deliver what they had promised in the option contract. But let's say if it is not exercised, then the contract is said to have expired. If the house did not burn down, house is still okay, Martha will not exercise her rights as a policy holder, and then the policy will expire without any further transactions between both of them. So that's all about the options and exercise versus assignment. So in the end, a quick takeaways. Option contract is a legal agreement between two parties. The two basic building blocks of option contract that we saw today is call option and put options. There are a lot more details about each one of these which I have covered in a different video. Look out for those videos in the video section. Option buyer will exercise the contract and the option seller will be assigned the contract, and if this option is not exercised, then it expires worthless. I hope this gives you a good understanding of what a stock option contract is. Thank you for your time. If you have any questions, please write it in comments or email it to optiongig@gmail.com. If you liked what you learned, please help us spread the word so others can also benefit from it.